Good morning, everyone. Apologies for the late start today. Technical woes, no connectivity. And so now we are looking at what's happened in the charts after this CPI. And it is a CPI that is really coming from bringing inflation down by demand destruction. It is not fixing the supply state as much, but everybody saw this. So my thought was, hey, listen, let's see if we buy the rumor and sell the news. So here we are at the top of our range. And so now what we have to see is how well do I hold the top of the prior day's range? So when the traders come in, they're going to be looking at this top edge, 417.62. This will work with any chart that you use. That's the beauty of it. If they can't hold it, but remember, the first thing they're going to try and do is hold it because we are above the 5 across the board. And that is telling us, hey, my pullbacks are buy zone. So where are they going to do it? They're going to go to yesterday's high and they're going to go, hey, let's see if we can hold it. So we will notice that the answer to the SPY is, yeah, let's see if we can do it, but it's not punching up and over. My thought is that we do have ourselves a little bit of a fade. If we look at the 4-hour chart and we peak the high pre-market and we're not up over the high, it's going to have to temper our decision a little bit about going long. My thought is let them flesh it out here. If they recapture the close of this 418, then we'll look at bullish flow to the upside. Otherwise, it's going to do something like come into the VWAP, right? There it is at the VWAP. We are a little bit, I don't know why that's on a 30-minute formation, but whatever, we'll put it on the hour. It doesn't change that because that's the beauty of the VWAP. It remains the same over time. But do remember that the first thing they're going to try and do is buy the dip. Okay, there are a lot of people caught on the wrong side of this trade because they're thinking about big macro things that move at a glacial pace until everything collapses at once. Or they're just bearish because of what they think is happening in the world. And remember, you've got to separate that from your mind, right? You have to separate those sorts of things from your mind. Well, what did the Qs do? Bounced savagely to the upside. Really glad I pulled off our long puts. Our short puts are going to be worth pennies. We're going to be able to pull them off very nicely. I'm going to be doing that right after the close of this video, and we are going to be able to really cash in very nicely from the routine that we used with our current butterflies. And so the butterfly effect is really showing its face in the Moneyball formations. And so that's what we're going to continue on until the market tells us that's the wrong thing to do. We're just going to keep pressing. I put a couple of notes up on the blog that just gives you a little bit of data to help support where you're at. And that is going to be it. Listen, if we start losing these edges, the market's saying, I've had enough of upside pressure. But until that happens, this is a buyer's game here, folks. Notice in the past, in the Qs, we've got some trouble up ahead. So you do want to be careful. You just don't want to think about shorting right now. It's not the wise thing to do because nothing's really in your favor from those big time frames. Bring your focal points in to where you're at and just follow what the market is telling you. Don't get disgusted because the market's not doing what you think it ought to be doing based on the backdrop of how you're interpreting what's going on in the world. Two totally different things, and that's really going to interfere with your psyche if you don't just look at the price. All right, have an amazing day. I will be out of pocket for much of the week. Got a lot of things I need to take care of personally. And we'll have our videos up, but our trading will be a little bit light until next week. We'll go heavy again and make some more money. See you in the Moneyball tab on the Benzinga profile.